Hello folks, it's a new month, so it's another monthly update video. Got a new jersey, package arrived. It's actually been here for a little while and I've been sitting on that package waiting for this monthly video to kind of crack that one open. I'll open that in just a second, go through some thanks and the stats from the previous month. Talk a little bit about the upcoming Rugby World Cup qualifiers between Canada and the USA. A bit about the Boks being boring, that thread that keeps going on, and then some of the best stadiums in the world. There was an article about that I read the other day, so actually read it today. But yeah, we'll go through those, and as always, feel free to drop any relevant comments in the comments below. Cheetah's jersey, just because someone said I hadn't hung the Cheetah's one for a while, so there you go. Cheetahs are amongst us. Right, jersey. This one, as I said, it arrived a little while ago. This one was sent to me by April-Tui and Liam. Cannot forget Liam. So thank you guys for sending this one through. As I said, it did arrive kind of... it arrived a few days ago, and well, more than a few days ago, and it's been sitting there kind of taunting me. It's one of the teams which I don't yet have, but that's all changed. It is a Newcastle Falcons shirt for the Premiership. I mean, you gotta love that colour scheme. You can't do too much wrong with black. To be fair, that's pretty slick looking. Hopefully they can put in a good season. I'm hoping to follow the Premiership a bit this season, so it's nice to have a Newcastle Falcons jersey. I've got almost all the Premiership teams now, so thank you very much for this, April-Tui and Liam. That is fantastic. It's a Macron one, so it feels kind of very similar to some of the other ones I've got, like the Italy jersey and whatnot. So, yeah, fantastic. Thank you guys very much for that. I will go try that on momentarily. But thank you again, April-Tui and Liam, for that one. Phenomenal stuff. Nothing like opening a new rugby jersey. The thanks and the stats. I'll go over the stats in just a tick, but a quick thank you to all the people who are viewing these videos, like your kind selves, subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I mean, the subscription rate, I think for August, was at like 39%. So more than half of people still not subscribed. So if you haven't done that, feel free to change that. Like videos, as always, that's always helpful. Helps YouTube's algorithm and helps the channel grow. Do comment on videos. I feel like the comments are pretty good. There's always a good vibe in the comments. I love delving into the comment section. Jump onto the Discord if you want to jump onto that chat. It's a nice kind of chill chat as well. There'll be a link to that in the description too. But also a big thanks to John, Ian and Michael, plus all these other patrons who kindly support the channel every month financially. So yeah, you guys are phenomenal supporters of the channel. I did do a few extra videos for Patreon in the month of August, talking about the new All Blacks sponsorship and jersey rankings. What else did we do? My son ranked his favourite Southern Hemisphere teams, so club teams. Got him on, so that was kind of a bit of fun. But yeah, if you guys are keen, consider subscribing to Patreon, which will be down in the description somewhere as well. But once again, thank you to all you kind people. It really means the world. The stats for the month of August, man. The number one kind of video was, no surprise, it was the final Lions Tour match, Game 3, British and Irish Lions, the preview and the review. Smashed all the other videos in terms of content for August. Top viewers geographically, South Africans. Back to number one. You guys haven't been number one for a wee while, I don't think. It's been number two for a while, but not number one. Number one, South Africans are back. UK, Australia, New Zealand, and then interestingly, the USA is in number 5. You guys have pipped Ireland. So Ireland is 6, Canada 7, France, Fiji, all the way down to Norway was the last one on the list. So yeah, there you go. 93% male, 7% female. I think the female number is actually increasing, which is always good to see. Most common age group, 25 to 34. That's 26% of viewers. But the older ones, like myself, the 35 to 44 age group, catching on 21.5. So there you go. Some of the stats for the month of August as we sit here in September. Now, there is a game on this weekend, a Rugby World Cup qualifier. Obviously, we got the next Rugby Championship installment on Sunday. That's the All Blacks and the Wallabies over in Perth. But Canada is playing USA this weekend, the first of 2 Rugby World Cup qualifying matches between the two. I still can't quite get my head around the qualifying route. It's not like whoever wins this one qualifies for the World Cup. Whoever wins this one gets to take on one of the teams from the South American route to be the America's 1 team, I believe. I think that's how it works. It's a little bit more complex than it used to be. But whoever loses this one is not dumped into the repechage. They get a second chance to play as well. But obviously, the quickest way to get qualified for the World Cup for these 2 teams is to win this game. So I think the first game's in Canada. That's this Saturday. And then a week's time, it's going to be back in the States. I haven't seen a broadcaster in New Zealand yet, which is disconcerting. If anyone knows, do let us know in the comments. I think it's Flow Rugby and Premier Sports in the USA and Canada, respectively. But for the rest of the world, not sure. If anyone does know, do share that love, because it would be nice to watch a Rugby World Cup qualifying game between the States and Canada. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So yeah, good luck to both sides. The next one, man, this topic keeps coming up again and again and again and again. The Boks being boring. This time it's Jacques Nienaber got asked about this in a press conference yesterday, day before. And it's based on what Steve Hansen said on the radio over here in New Zealand. Now, the journalist asked Jacques, like, Steve Hansen called you boring, which is not right, because he didn't actually say that. That's kind of skewing what Steve said. But, I mean, Steve wasn't complimentary. Steve did say, of the Lions series generally, I think for both sides, he said that it was slowing the ball down, big packs, nobody wanted to take risks, this is paraphrasing, nobody wanted to throw the ball around. And he said it's not a game that anybody wants to watch. And I'm sure he doesn't speak for everybody, because lots of people wanted to watch that. But he is right in that some people didn't want to watch it. So he's not right either way or the other. He can't speak for everybody saying nobody wants to watch that, right? That's my point. Some people legitimately, both South Africans and British and Irish Lions fans, I know from the comments on this channel, were like, I didn't enjoy that. Yeah. And that's just kind of each to their own, right? Some people don't enjoy that. Other people like watching it. Again, kind of each to their own. Some people don't like tomatoes. What's wrong with tomatoes? Some people don't like pineapple on a pizza, for goodness sake. So, yeah, each to their own is my take on it. Jacques handled the question pretty well, talked about each team having their own style of play, and I agree with that. I would compare it, I guess, kind of to like watching, it's like sports like the UFC. Some people are strikers, some people are grapplers. Some people don't like watching grapplers. If you don't like watching grapplers, then don't watch the grapplers. Like, I'm a casual fan of the UFC. I would probably only watch the biggest fights ever with the guys who've got the loudest mouths, and probably strikers, but that's just me as a casual fan. For rugby, I will watch anything. I don't care, and I can enjoy methodical play. I can enjoy slow play. I can enjoy, bonkers running out from your own 22 play. I enjoy the whole kit and caboodle. So there you go. But yeah, it just seems to be a point that just keeps on going. Don't know why. Guess it gets clicks. But anyway, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. Teams are going to play how they're going to play. If it wins, then who cares? For mine. And the last one was one from Wales Online. Don't ask me why I was reading Wales Online. I like we read a Wales Online every now and again. Wales Online did a rating of some stadiums that they were kind of ranking the top rugby stadiums around the world. It's a pretty extensive list. It's almost 20 stadiums they've got on there. They rank stadiums like the Aviva at 14 out of, I think, 17. Murrayfield 13. Twickenham 11. Stade de France 10. Kings Park and Loftus 9 and 8 respectively. Suncorp in Australia, the best Australian stadium, at 7. They said it's got railway access and it's a state-of-the-art stadium. A few club grounds, they mentioned the one at Claremont, the one Munster's Ground, Tolman Park, and top 3 they had Ellis Park was their 3rd ranked one. They said it's in a dangerous neighbourhood, but you could really feel the kind of hostile atmosphere. Big ground, it's had some big occasions. Number 2 was Eden Park, which I found a bit bizarre. Maybe I just get, maybe because it's my local ground, I kind of underappreciate it. And because I go to Blues games a lot where it's like 3/4 empty, or you got like 10,000 fans there and it just looks empty. Maybe I underappreciate it. I will admit, when I went to the Rugby World Cup games there in 2011, it had a really great vibe. But I don't know if you can take that as kind of universal. It doesn't have that kind of vibe every time. That was a bit extra special. The All Blacks do have a very good test record there, but yeah, I don't know if Eden Park, like, amongst my favourite grounds in New Zealand, Eden Park wouldn't be my favourite. It'd be the one in Hamilton, from grounds that I've seen games at. Man, how close you can get to the ground at that stadium, which is a lot smaller, but still, man, I don't know. You can really feel like it's like almost like going to a club game if you get seats up the front, because you're just right there. You could yell at the players, and they would hear you and be able to identify you if they even needed to pick you out of a lineup. Like, yeah, they could spot you. But no surprise, the Principality for them was number one. It's Wales Online, so they should say that. They mentioned the fact that you can close the roof. It's in a good location. Like Eden Park's in a bit of an average location in the middle of the suburbs. It does have a train station. But yeah, no parking, which is pretty horrendous. So I must admit, the Principality on TV looks phenomenal. The anthems, the pre-match stuff, it just looks fantastic. So it'd be on my bucket list of places to go. But anyway, if you do want to have a look around Eden Park, I did take video there when I was at a Super Rugby game there, when it was an afternoon game. So I got some semi-decent video of Eden Park. It's actually on a second YouTube channel that I've been kind of putting videos up on my in my spare time. Basically, I've just been walking around taking videos of places. There's no talking, there's no introductions. It's basically just walking around with a camera. So if you want to check out the Eden Park one, I'll put that video in the description as well. So it's a different channel, but it's still my video. There's other videos on there about different places around New Zealand if you're interested in having a look around my neck of the woods. But yeah, like I said, it's just walking. There's not a whole lot else to it, but it could give you a kind of idea of what Eden Park is like, especially during a Super Rugby game. So yeah, that's it, guys. Again, thank you, April-Tui and Liam, for the new jersey. I'm going to go try that on right now. Thanks to the patrons and you guys viewing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. All helps the channel grow. Do let me know what your thoughts are on Canada against the USA. USA will be favourites, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it. Fingers crossed we can find some way. The Boks boring thing, honestly, I'll kind of take that with a grain of salt. I honestly think that's the kind of media generating clicks and stuff. So I didn't even read Steve Hansen's thing until I saw Jacques asked about it in the press conference, and I'm like, all right, let's go and read what Steve actually said. And it's not quite what the journalist said, but they're kind of keeping on poking. And yeah, the best stadiums thing. What's the best one you guys have been to? Like I mentioned, Hamilton for me, for New Zealand stadiums, is just a great watch of game. But anyway, take care, guys, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.